another reason why Comcast is so smart to ditch MSNBC. Did you see this headline? How about this? Okay, Laken Riley's killer never stood a chance. Well, a lot of people are pretty upset about this headline that aired on MSNBC, understandably so, because it seemed to be taking the side of the killer, right? Because in this crazy upside down DEI world, it's somehow always the victim's fault, because actually the problem person, which in this case was the illegal migrant who did a really horrible, heinous thing, and people are upset that they don't have the death penalty invoked for him, somehow he's to be forgiven? I mean, it's wild to think that, but that's the state at which we have somehow managed to reach America. Don Jr. making a tweet about this one. Oh, we're quoting him a lot here today. Don Jr. is making a lot of tweets lately. Anyway, he says, you literally can't make up this level of depravity. These people are sick. This guy's a murderer. He's an illegal alien that killed an innocent young woman, but MSNBC would rather go to bat for him? However much you hate MSNBC, it's not enough. Because they are not on our side, the side of everyday Americans, seemingly. I guess there's some kind of self-loathing there. I try and figure this out all the time. Like, what is the end game? Like, what do you guys really want? You want communism? You want your team, I guess, to just all be in charge? You want everybody to roll over and play dead? You want women to give up their rights in women's sports? You want to basically give handouts, literally handouts. Kamala Harris wanted to give handouts to black men, $50,000 of forgivable loans, which means $50,000 each. You're talking about reparations. I mean, what is this? How are you going to have a country that functions like this? This is this guy, incidentally. You see, Don Jr.'s upset about the headline MSNBC ran about the killer of Laken Riley. And look at this. We're dealing with massive problems on the border every single day. You got New York City struggling because they can't deal with the expense of the food and the housing, the hotels that they have to put these people in. And what do you know? Alvin Bragg, we have breaking news on that, by the way. Alvin Bragg, who's the DA in New York City, well, his assistant was accosted recently by this guy whom they tracked down.
Smiling, Brandon Somoza being led out of the Midtown South precinct on West 35th Street this morning. Police say at about 2 a.m. Sunday, he robbed a 38-year-old woman in the hallway of her Hell's Kitchen apartment building. He allegedly grabbed her purse, cell phone, and bank cards, and also performed a lewd act. The victim is a Manhattan assistant DA. She was not injured. Police traced her stolen cell phone to a hotel on West 45th Street, which led them to believe the suspect is a migrant, and they were able to track him down. Somoza was arrested just last night. Police say he was using drugs on the street and had stolen items with him. Police believe he is part of Tren de Aragua. That's the Venezuelan gang that has preyed on people in Times Square and Central Park. Somoza is facing a number of counts, including sexually motivated robbery and burglary. He also has 6 prior arrests, all from this year on similar crimes. And he's believed to have arrived in the U.S. in February of 2023. In Lower Manhattan, Lauren Glassberg, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And yet somehow MSNBC wants you to think we should feel sorry for everyone. These people like Joy Reid and other lefties want you to think it's your fault that these things happen. They actually spouted this nonsense of defund the police. I mean, for goodness sakes, you look at the wreck that New York City has become. You look at what happened, that tragic situation with Laken Riley. And I'm sorry, guys. You wonder why you lost? It's not that hard. People want to be safe. They want to have an opportunity for some prosperity. You failed on both accounts massively. And Americans aren't going to forgive that. So yeah, you know what? They're going to take the guy who's the convicted felon over your puppet candidate that you stuffed in last minute, Kamala Harris, that spent $1.5 billion and still couldn't win.